really ain't fought nobody. So,
So is he annoying you more than?
nah, he don't know you.
He
He
doesn't
don't know me. No.
Where's he talking on Twitter?
All over.
All over.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know if he's on Twitter. Maybe YouTube. He be on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you watch this stuff to motivate you?
No,
People
I don't.
send it to
I don't
you?
be paying him no mind. I
No?
don't be paying him.
But do people send you stuff to like, oh, you see what this guy said?
No, nobody sends me his. If I go on YouTube, maybe I'll see it, but people don't send me his.
Roy Jones Jr. believes a fight between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney would feel like a blockbuster event for boxing fans.
You know, I didn't take it personal. He can say what he want to say. The world knows that you know, I'm Debo for a reason because I'm the guy pulling up on everyone and wanting to make the biggest, best fights happen. So the duck talk is for somebody else, not for me. He wants to, you know, be realistic in these negotiations. Then we can do that fight now, or we can do that fight next. It makes no difference to me.
As the perfect dance partner, the perfect opponent, the perfect adversary for anybody, your favorite fighter or your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. We're ready. It's Devin Haney versus everybody.
Devin Haney fired back at Keyshawn Davis after the recent call-out, making it clear he is far from impressed. Haney dismissed Davis as unproven, saying he hasn't faced anyone truly significant in the sport yet, and insisted the challenge doesn't bother him at all as he remains focused on bigger fights.
Haney just came off a much-needed, dominating performance against Brian Norman. The low-hanging fruit in the headline was, can he take the punch? He showed that he can take the punch, but he also delivered a punch. So now he's back in the driver's seat and can make whatever decision he wants. What do you think about that fight if it's 1 or 2 fights away?
Kind of tough fight right now because Devin Haney is right back at the top of his game. Devin showed that the weight loss was probably causing him to not have as good punch resistance, and it also probably wasn't causing him to have as much power or explosiveness as he has. He showed tremendous power, tremendous punch resistance in that fight against Norman, and for him to do that means that the weight was probably an issue. Now, if Keyshawn comes up, or if they even do a catch weight, a 143, 144, it's gonna be a very interesting fight because I think Devin has more tools and more IQ right now. But Keyshawn.
With both fighters carrying confidence, skill, and growing rivalries into the ring, Jones sees the matchup delivering non-stop drama, elite-level boxing, and the kind of atmosphere that could captivate the entire sport.
I gotta have that intangibleness about him, where he can be a different guy when it's time to be a different guy. You can never count him out. However, if I were pushing Keyshawn, I would have another fight or two before I fight Devin, just for experience purposes. And if I was Devin, I would try to jump on it right now before he gets those couple fights, because the more experience he gets, the harder he's gonna become to beat.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough fight for Keyshawn Davis, and I think in many respects, Devin Haney too. You can't take Keyshawn Davis light. He can really fight. He's really like that. The weight difference is a concern, and it's a fair question. Is he ready now? Is he ready a fight or two from now? But that's the fight, really. If you really want to scream, I'm back. That's the type of fight that you want, because obviously it's in the Turkey Al-Sheikh universe, and that's a fight that's gonna get made. You're gonna make a career high payday. But if you are able to beat Devin Haney, brother, when I say the sky.
Keyshawn Davis has made it clear in recent interviews that he has no plans to remain at super lightweight for long. With the welterweight division viewed as his ultimate target, Davis sees 147 pounds as the stage for the biggest fights of his career.
I'm gonna go to 147 and I'm gonna become a 147 champion. And then I'm gonna defend it against somebody at 147.
Devin Haney? Who at 147? Is it Devin Haney? Because that's a pound for pound brother right now. And we asked you, who's a fight that's gonna put you on that pound for pound list? Devin Haney's at 147, right? And he got a belt.
Now he is, yeah.
And you say you want 147? I mean, what we doing? What we talking about?
Names.
We talking about January 31st. I'm gonna look great, God willing, and in the future, we going big.
Davis believes Devin Haney has been downplaying his potential because he knows Davis has the ability to beat him in the ring. Davis suggested Haney is avoiding giving him credit as a real threat.
They say you scared of me because fighters aren't really scared of fighters, but you're ducking me? Like, what is it about?
You don't think fighters are scared of fighters?
And I DM Bill. He say he's willing to do that.
I think we can give Bill.
Yeah, you let us handle that.
Yeah. So
I would be very surprised if y'all do that. Say it again.
I said we're gonna try and lock this date in. Murder gonna talk to you after this, but I'm gonna call Bill tomorrow, and we're gonna see whether I don't know if he's still on the West Coast or not, but. Hopefully it can be face to face, but if not, we'll definitely get him on Zoom. But I think he'll show up. And this way it don't have to be no back and forth. He said, she said. We'll both have y'all on the show, and then we can know, he could tell us what was in.
While Haney fired back by insisting he has never ducked or avoided any fighter throughout his career.
The thing no one can say about you is that you duck anybody. You're clearly willing to fight the best. How do you feel like, I know just personally we all experience in our lives. If someone says something about us and we feel like, well, they have a point of view that may be valid or invalid, but if someone says something about us and we feel like they're just lying on us, that's a different feeling. When he said ducky, what category of criticism did that fall in your own mind?
I mean, I just took it with a grain of salt. I think that he just trying to, sell the fight, which rightfully so. We haven't really heard from Rolly this over, since the Ryan.
Keyshawn also argued that Devin Haney has built a larger profile partly because of strong promotion and smart marketing from his team. Davis suggested that much of Haney's reputation has been fueled by hype, claiming his achievements inside the ring against elite opponents do not fully match the attention he receives.
I believe maybe the entire boxing public was making Devin into something a lot bigger than he is.
I mean, Devin was doing that. Devin and his father, they was promoting Devin well in terms of, building his fights, who he was going to fight next to keep his name rolling, making things look like stuff that it isn't, and just saying things that's extraordinary. They was doing a great job promoting Devin, and he was fighting and he was winning. So they was doing everything they could to make him out into the fighter he is today. And hats off to that too. Us as fighters nowadays, we got to promote our own selves. So they was doing what they was supposed to do,
Davis has continued evolving into a more complete fighter, showing major improvements in power, discipline, and composure. His stoppage win over Jermaine Ortiz was especially impressive because Ortiz had previously gone the distance with elite fighters like Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez.
Keyshawn Davis returned to the ring, stopping Jermaine Ortiz, something that Teofimo Lomachenko couldn't do against Jermaine Ortiz. Heck, they had tough battles with Ortiz. Keyshawn relatively was in control and made this look easy. All right, let's talk about the first half of this fight. It was a very awkward and ugly fight as Jermaine Ortiz was moving all around, kind of jittery. Something we anticipated Jermaine Ortiz would do. That's kind of how he fights, really awkward type. Keyshawn Davis was like, all right, cool. The jab was phenomenal for Keyshawn. Yes, the power punches through like the first half of the fight were even. The jab was way in favor of Keyshawn Davis. That's how he was able to keep Jermaine Ortiz at range. So when Ortiz tried to come in quickly, Keyshawn wasn't having any of it. Then the second half of the fight, really rounds 8 through 12, Jermaine Ortiz realized, I can't keep doing that. I'm gonna have to just stand right in front of him and kind of box and try and land some shots, because Ortiz did land some shots on Keyshawn, nothing of note.
Tank Davis's trainer, Kenny Ellis, shared his view on a possible showdown between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney, making it clear that he respects Keyshawn's talent, but feels the timing may not be right yet. According to Ellis, the concern is not whether Davis has the skills to compete at the highest level, but whether he has enough experience against the lead opposition. He pointed out that Haney has already spent years fighting world champions, headlining major events, and going through difficult championship rounds under pressure. Ellis believes that kind of experience becomes a major factor in elite-level boxing, especially in high-stakes fights where composure and ring IQ can decide the outcome. While Keyshawn continues to impress with his confidence, speed, and natural ability, Ellis feels Haney's seasoning and time at the top of the sport could give him a significant edge if the two fighters were to meet right now.
I think he should get a couple more rounds in before, he go at Devin Haney. But, if he feel like he can take him, let him get at him, let him get at him.
Are you looking at it more like that 12-round experience type deal?
Yeah.
Getting rounds in?
Get some rounds in.
When you listen to and then, there's back and forth going with them too. Devin saying that, he would like to fight, the little brother before the big brother. What thoughts on that? I think there was a tweet saying that Shakur, I don't want to step on Devin Haney's toes. I'm going to let Keyshawn get Devin Haney. A lot of people had lots to say about it. They're saying that, listen, they're breaking down the rankings with two to three different people, friends type of deal, taking each other's work. Keyshawn wanted Tio. Now, Shakur got Tio. But now, because I took that work, I want you to go get Devin Haney. He's saying Devin Haney might be a little bit too big for him. What's your thoughts on Keyshawn's call out and all this
Let him give him what he wants. Let him go at Devin.
Some boxing fans have questioned whether Keyshawn Davis is truly ready to face Devin Haney, with critics suggesting he may be building hype around the matchup without fully committing to it. Davis has responded to those doubts by explaining that any major fight must make sense for his career at the right moment. He believes timing, preparation, and long-term goals are all important factors before stepping into a high-profile showdown. While some observers see that mindset as a way to protect his position and maintain leverage in negotiations, others view it as smart career management from a young fighter still developing at the elite level. Supporters argue Davis is showing maturity by focusing on the right opportunities instead of rushing into fights for attention alone. His confidence, combined with a measured approach to his progression, suggests he fully intends to compete against the best fighters in boxing when the circumstances are ideal.
Situation that's currently going on between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis. And when really looking at and assessing this situation, I'm just trying to figure out at the end of the day if Keyshawn Davis really wants the biggest fights in the sport of boxing, or does he just want the biggest headlines? You know, after stopping Jermaine Ortiz Saturday night, Keyshawn Davis immediately calls out Devin Haney in the ring. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that's a real fight for the sport. A true chess match with Keyshawn Davis's elite timing, sharp and accurate punching, understanding the ring, and solid defense being tested against Devin the Dream Haney's elite jab, quick feet, fast hands, championship pedigree, and, you know, his high-level ring IQ. But then, hours later, he's on Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco's platform Nightcap, and now, within a few hours, he's saying that this fight has to make sense.